All right.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, tell me about this fight. Do you know who you're facing, or do you even care?
Well, they changed the opponent on me a couple times. That's how it goes in amateur. You don't really know who you're fighting when you get up in the ranks and start fighting people in amateur. It's more or less there's a fight card and you're fighting someone from Truro, let's say.
Yeah.
And that's all you know. You might get a name, you might not. And that's pretty well it. I don't really care who I'm fighting. I'm just going to prepare, the best that I can and just trust myself and just be confident.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And so, and compared to how you were originally preparing to go into fighting an individual at your size, now you're actually having to cut weight. So how would you say that is both going to be a mental and a physical thing going in tomorrow? And what are some key steps that you're going to have to take to make sure you hit those marks with the weight?
This last week I've had to cut a little bit of weight, tiny bit, right? 5 pounds. But to keep that off, it's just making the right decisions when it comes to eating and not starving yourself and staying hydrated. Like, you can cut weight, but are you going to feel 100% when you cut that weight? So my biggest thing is just staying hydrated and eating the proper food so I feel the strength I need to on March 31st.
What are you weighing in?
162.5. I gotta be 162 and under for the fight.
It's been about an 8-week training camp. It's 5 days a week, and then we bumped up to 6, and we added track day in there. And sparring about 3 to 4 times a week. And training camp is difficult, it's hard, it's frustrating.
If you're going that way, fire and jab and get on the range.
So it's not like
That's how
that.
you're on the range, see? But if you're going that way, don't fire to get, so you're on the range, right?
The physical, I know I can get myself in shape even if I wasn't fighting, because that's what I love to do. But the mental and the mental and emotional aspect of fighting is very difficult for any fighter on any level. Professional, amateur, even if you get in the streets or whatever, right? You have emotions when you go in to do that, and you just got to use them in the right way. So I would say the biggest thing for me was learning how to control my emotions over these last 8 weeks of my training.
You come up to the range, so when you come up to the range, you do that one. Your eyes. Don't try to get in your hand, but take certain practice. You try to use the one hand. Or even just like slow motion.
It's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work. It's all worth it.
And it's non-stop, eh?
Yeah. Especially when you're training for a fight. Everything comes, the emotions, the nerves, everything. But it's all good. These people here are awesome. I'm surrounded by a good team of people that want to see me do good, so they put everything into everyone here. They don't pick no favorites or nothing. Everyone helps everyone here.
So what I'm telling you, don't protect me. Do your job.
Yeah.
And I'm helping him right at this
That's
time.
right.
You know
You
what I'm
are.
saying?
Big help.
Yeah.
Man,
Nothing is
no
an insult to me. Okay? But we helping him.
world contender. Fight for the world title. Like, how much more can you get for sparring? You know what I mean?
Another trainer of mine, the guy that's down there, Johnny Malcolm, I played hockey with his son. And I watched him one day. He still trains. He doesn't fight anymore. He's older. He was running up the stairs in the hockey rink and doing his shadow boxing and his push-ups. And I went to him and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm training. This is how boxers train. And this is how we train and all that." And then I was like, "Wow, that's awesome." He's like, "Come down to the gym sometime." And I was 14, so I came down to the gym after hockey practice, and I loved it down there. So I was down there training all the time, and then I was in and out of the gym because of hockey, right? I was pushing more towards hockey, and then when I stopped playing hockey, I was boxing quite a bit more, and then I'd take some breaks, and then I'd go back boxing, and I'd take some breaks. But I'd say this past about year, I really try to dedicate my time and my efforts into being consistent in doing the boxing all the time. And what I fell in love with was just the training aspect and the camaraderie of the atmosphere and the people in there, and not even the fighting aspect, just the people you meet. It's all like, you know, it's socializing, it's I don't know, it's awesome down there. Just good atmosphere, right? Positive. Both of the coaches there, Gary and Floyd, it's not about if you have potential or not, it's just about who's willing to work with them. Because they'll put their time and effort into anyone who's willing to learn. It doesn't matter if you are going to be a superstar, or it doesn't matter if you're just going to have one amateur fight. They're still going to, you know, put their full-fledged effort into you. And as long as you're just willing to show that you want to work and you're listening to them, then that's all they care about.
How much would you say they dedicated with regards to both their time and their lives to gym and boxing?
Well, I know Gary Johnson, my head coach, has been down there for, I want to say, close to 40 years, 35, 40 years. Yeah, 35 years, I would say. He's been down there dedicating his time, and Floyd's been down there for 14. And I mean, they get off work. Well, Gary's retired, but Floyd gets off work right to the gym, you know, working with the kids. And you know, sometimes after work you might go to a movie, or you might want to go do this, but they dedicate probably 80 to 90% of their life to kids in the boxing gym, because they want to help kids get off the street. They want to help kids that were troubled. They just want to help the kids, right? The new generation.
Go.
1 week out of your fight?
Yes, sir. Actually, 6 days.
6 days. Are you worried at all about the other guy?
No, I ain't worried about him because I know how much I put in. I'm worried about me putting my best effort in. And as hard as I train, I'm not worried about anyone else but what I get to do. Not nobody else, right?
And you mentioned the mental preparation aspect and just envisioning everything. How have you prepared to isolate those nerves and set them aside once, you know, it gets down to it, you weigh in, it's time to get ready for the fight?
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is recognizing those nerves, but not grabbing onto them, because you're gonna feel those nerves as a fighter. If you don't feel those nerves, there's no point in getting in that ring, because you're gonna get hurt. In any sport, hockey, basketball, football, at a competitive level, you're going to feel some type of nerves before you go in there and do what you need to do. And the biggest thing I think is, like I said, don't grab onto the nerves to the point where it's scaring you. Just recognize and appreciate it, and just embrace that feeling and get used to it.
move side to side. When you're doing inside, trying to grab it, trying to shoot shine, step off to the side, your foot and then touch it. Don't want him to get too busy with your legs.
That's right.
Who is your Mark?
It's my cousin. Yeah.
Coach will look after you, buddy. That's what my job is. That's what we do. We're dads away from dads. Okay, hold on. Okay. He's right. That's it.
Okay, how would you say you prepared yourself for when you step in that ring and you get that first hit, you get that first shot that may either rock you or just let you know that you're in there and you're actually fighting?
Yeah. Personally, I can't wait to get that. Because then the stress, the nerves, everything is over. I'm in the fight now. You know, I took that one. Now we're boxing each other. Now it's go time. sparring, and just trusting yourself and trusting your coaches. You know, if you don't trust yourself or trust your coaches, you're not going to do good. But now I'm at the point, and I look back over these last 8 weeks, and I'm like, wow, okay, I trust myself and I trust them.
biggest thing you're looking to take away from this fight?
The biggest thing I'm looking to take away from this fight, my confidence. I'd like to take my confidence and just keep going with it. You know, I feel this confident, I feel very good, so why can't I feel like this all the time? You know, be confident in my abilities all the time. I don't have to do a 8-week training camp to prepare myself for a test in life. You know, I should feel confident in anything I do, and tomorrow, this is like a hurdle that I'm going to get over, and it's going to give me that extra confidence in just in anything I do in life. I could, right in that test, I could say, you know, I went in the ring, I fought. It's not going to be as hard as me going in the ring and fighting. I know that. So I can conquer this test, or I can do this task at hand. So I would just say the biggest thing I want to take away is my confidence.